Adelina, we've known each other for a long time, and I believe we first met during the pandemic when you reached out with some ideas for tutorials to help other teachers navigate all the difficulties and the challenges of that time. And I remember you focused on tools for teaching English. Um, had you been into technology before that moment, or was it all new to you then?
Yeah, in fact, technology in those times was one of my passions. Let's say, I used to search all the time to find something online. Was this period of working online? Because if you remember, it was the pandemic area, let's say. And I was searching all the time to work online, to find something interesting, even to entertain myself during the day. And yeah, the platform came into my searching, let's say, and I found it out and I applied. And I remember that the first person that I talked to was you, and you interviewed me, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that very well.
Yeah, in that period, I really loved using technology to teach. Was one of the things that I was searching all the time to find new things, and that was a new thing to me, let's say, because after that I learned a lot of stuff.
That's really interesting. It seems like technology really clicked for you. But do you think it's easier for language teachers to use technology because of all the resources out there? How about teachers in other subjects like, biology or literature? Do they have it tougher, you think? What have you seen amongst your colleagues?
It depends, in fact. Um, for, let's say, different kind of teachers, they might have a different kind of opinion about this. But from my experience and teachers that I already know, they really find it easy to use technology within their subjects because it helps them a lot to find information, extra materials, maybe to make it even more entertaining, let's say, because you know that math and biology and chemistry used to be tough languages, let's say, where students can't do a lot to entertain or maybe to attract their attention. And yeah, in my school, the school that I really work nowadays, everybody uses technology because we completed the classes with smart boards, and they find activities, even math finds activities to use with technology, and science has a lot of activities. Let's say they make experiments online and stuff like that, and I find it really beautiful. And I think that they really like it because it helps a lot to be more creative, to be a bit out of the box, not just explain and use the blackboard and exercises and stuff, but you can even play games in some cases.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I would want to dive deeper and ask more questions, but I'm also aware that this is not a fireside chat and time is limited. So I'm going to switch gears a bit and talk about artificial intelligence. Um, as I believe everyone agrees, artificial intelligence is becoming a big part of education. Have you started using any artificial intelligence tools in your classes? And if so, which one specifically?
I use one that is used Practica. It's an app, in fact. I don't know if you know it. It's kind of a speaking AI app, and I put it within the class and make it conversate with my students. So you can ask questions, and she or he, because you can choose to whom to speak, answers you all the questions that you have, and it translates it even in Albanian. If you have any word that you don't know the meaning or something, And when I have the speaking sessions in English, I use it. Instead of me making the questions and answer to the students, I put this AI app to ask the students, and in order they can answer and talk to her, let's say. It is really fun. Sometimes they laugh because, of course, students find it very, let's say, funny, because it's an artificial teacher, let's say. But it helps because they speak a lot and they do not have the fear to ask her, or maybe they don't really have any problem to talk with her or him, because you can choose what the professor is going to be, a she or a he. And it's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of Practica before, but I will definitely Google it later on. It seems it's making things better for your classes, so good to hear that.
In this case, in this case, it is helpful. I found even some difficulties once because students started to make, let's say, useless questions, and she started to answer, and they really made it something not appropriate for the classroom, but it was just once, and after that I fixed the thing because I put the students to make the right questions. These are even the problems that technology may cause sometimes, because nothing is perfect.
Oh, wow. And how did you manage the situation? You know, because the one you just described seems one of those awkward situations.
Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, I keep the remote in my hand all the time, because I know that maybe sometimes they can make things just maybe to be a bit
Yeah, you want to keep things
funny
in
or
control. Yeah.
whatever. And I just switched it off. Yeah, all the time. Even when we watch movies or something, I keep the remote in my hand just in any case.
Interesting. As AI continues to evolve, um, and I think this is a very important question to ask, do you think it could ever replace the personal touch that teachers bring to the classroom?
This is something that I always think about, because it's one of the questions that I really ask to my students all the time. Some of them say yes, some of them say no, definitely not, because a teacher is a teacher, and a computer or a robot is a computer. And they say that sometimes people are those that are creating it, and of course they can't create something better than them. But sometimes I really think about that, and technology is evolving really fast. And you have the ChatGPT and stuff that can answer any question and explain everything. But of course, sometimes it can make mistakes too. Maybe I think that uh, it is going to be really good, but not in that point to replace a teacher. I think that the human is all another thing, and you can't be that perfect ever. This is my opinion.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on this 100%. There's something irreplaceable about the connection and understanding that a teacher can offer. AI might be a great tool for helping with, some tasks, but it definitely can't substitute the real human interaction that is so crucial in education. Um, yeah,
Definitely
so
agree. Yeah.
looking ahead, what are some great things we might expect from using AI in our classrooms, in your opinion? And what challenges should we be ready for?
Yeah. As I said, by using AI, you really make an interactive classroom. Everybody's free, maybe to, let's say, put the fear off, you know. And of course, it helps to be more entertaining. and it attracts the attention very much. But sometimes it is really difficult because we live in Tirana and we have some more, let's say, possibilities than the other schools or maybe the other areas in Albania. And sometimes you can even struggle by using technology, and maybe the half of the hour is going to be ruined by putting everything in order. Maybe sometimes you're going to miss the the net and stuff, and maybe sometimes students are going to be able to use it not for proper things within the school or within the class. So I think that a teacher using technology should be really careful and ready to support every kind of situation that encounters, you know. But let's say you have to take the best of it to use it,
Yeah.
let's say, when it is necessary. I am not for using AI and technology all the time in the classroom, but the best way to use it, I think, it is to mix them up
Mm.
once
Yeah.
in a while, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's very insightful. We know technology can be a mixed bag, you know. Sometimes it's a choice made by the teacher, and sometimes it's required. And the second option often makes many teachers feel overwhelmed. So yeah, I agree that technology can be too much, and that we have to be careful to sort of maintain a balance. But from a personal perspective, does technology make you anxious? Does it cause stress to you? Or do you feel it empowers you more? So how do you feel about technology?
Sometimes it makes me feel really anxious because when things don't work well, students start to talk to each other, and you are fixing the thing and everything goes wrong, you know? So it happens to me sometimes, of course. I was trying maybe to put the video, the right video, and I changed it with another one, or maybe sometimes it doesn't even open, you know?
Yeah.
And they really lose their attention completely. They start talking to themselves, and it's very hard to get them within let's say, the lesson again. And when this happens, it makes me really feel anxious and angry sometimes that why it's not working and what is happening, and I lose, let's say, half of my hour, you know.
Mm.
But still, I try to be calm, of course, because I'm a teacher, and I really try to be ready for every kind of situation. So this is the only thing that makes me anxious. It's not the use of technology or that I don't know how to use it,
Mhm.
because I really get ready before of the class. You know, it's not something new that I'm. But sometimes maybe some.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. And this is not actually the first time that I listen to a teacher, you know, saying the same thing. Many teachers feel frustrated by all the, you know, technical glitches, and also by the absence, perhaps, of a specialized IT person in schools makes it, you know, more difficult for them to manage such situations. So I understand you. I'll have to pause here. Although I would love to continue our conversation, I also understand your agenda's full and that there is a lot you need to take care of. As always, it was a pleasure to have you here among us at TeachPitch, Adelina.
Thank you so much, Genta. You was one of the person that uh, you was a person that really made me think about technology all the time and new stuff to use within the class. And after I took part in this, let's say, platform, I started to see it all in a different angle, you know, and it helped me a lot to be a better teacher, of course.
Oh,
And I
wow.
will thank you, and I will always thank you for that experience. It was really a great one.
I'm so happy to hear that. I appreciate every word you said, and it makes me so happy to hear TeachPitch and myself have been able to make a difference for you. Thank you very much. Take care, and let's chat again soon.